Alright guys, welcome back. My name is Zora.
And I'm Warren.
Welcome home.
Today we're talking about how much does it cost to sell a house.
So did you know that when you're closing a home, that the closing costs can add up to as much as 10% of the sale of the home? When you're selling a home, one of the most important things about selling a home is
To understand your market.
understanding your market, but also finding comparables for your home so that you know how to price your home. In order to do that, you need to know, is it a buyer's market, is it a seller's market, or is it a fairly balanced, a little bit of both? So if it's a buyer's market, then you are going to want to price it competitively. That means that there's not as many buyers. There's a lot of a plethora of homes on the market, and they've got a lot to choose from, so there's not as much competition around between buyers. If it's a seller's market, that means it's your market. That means that you get to price super high, and you've got tons and tons of buyers coming to your open houses. That's when it'll be a seller's market.
Next to talk about is the fact that the cost of the sale is actually negotiable when you're purchasing a home. Oftentimes sellers will have to pay for escrow and all kinds of other things like that. Buyers, to try and make things more appealing, will actually offer to pay for some of those fees. When a buyer sends you that offer, depending on the market, let's say for example it is a seller's market and there's tons of buyers competing, they might be more willing to pay more of those costs. So if they send you an offer and you feel like negotiating, you can actually send them a counter offer back, putting more of those costs on them, lowering your cost for selling your home.
The cost to sell your home, it can also vary greatly depending on your own personal situation in reality. There's a lot of different things that are unique to one's own specific situation based on how desperate you are to sell the house. Do you have a lot of time? Can you drag this on for the next year or two? Or are you trying to get out of here next week? You'll again want to go and talk to your local realtor to find out what market you're in.
Something that you're probably going to run into at points is you're going to have a home inspector come in and check out the property when someone wants to buy it. Some people do pre-inspections. Pre-inspections are generally a good idea because it helps you know what you're looking at ahead of time. You will have to pay a little bit more money, but at least it's going to give you an advantage when it's coming to taking care of things, because you don't want to be blindsided. If you think you have a really good house and a really good, sale lined up and someone's making their offer and everything looks great, and the home inspector comes in and says, yeah, there's a leak in the roof and the wall's rotted out and you have to completely replace this entire wall, it's falling apart. They're going to back out. It's not going to work out for you. And see, these are the kind of things that are going to come into the costs of actually selling your home. Are you going to knock off some of the sales price so that they can take care of it themselves? Or are you going to take care of it and just leave the price how it is? These are the kind of things you're going to potentially run into.
Yep. One other thing that you may not think about are real estate commissions.
Yep.
Real estate commissions are basically what you're going to pay the licensed professional, the educated, this person who took months and months of training and continues training throughout their entire career in order to know more and help you more. This is what you're going to be paying them to help you sell your home and for you to get more money. So I want to say this because I don't want to get in trouble with the NAR, but first off, everything in real estate is negotiable finance-wise. So a lot of the time, a lot of realtors will do 6% for their commission. Some people will negotiate them lower. Sometimes if you're a realtor is dealing with a bank, they'll negotiate higher for different reasons. If you are wary about this though, and you do decide to go the FSBO, which is first sale by owner, if you decide to go that route and sell your own property without a realtor, that is possible, and we actually have a video showing you exactly how to do that coming very soon. But we do want to remind you that the National Association of Realtors, routinely they conduct surveys because we want to make sure that we're helping you the best way that we can. But they do conduct surveys that shows that sellers, they earn about 20% more by hiring an agent over selling it themselves. Staging, I love staging. The number 3 thing that you want to keep in mind as well is staging. Now, a lot of realtors, they do different things with their staging. So some realtors, they'll have actually an entire warehouse of full-on furniture, and they will bring it in and help you to sell your house. But sometimes realtors will do what's called vignette staging, and this is the best kind of thing, in my opinion, and also statistically actually, to sell your home. It's basically if you are, maybe you moved out already and we need your property vacant, then the realtor, they'll come in and they'll bring in like a stool or some plants and some chairs and paintings and very light, very light and minimal staging to help the owner be able to, at the same time, imagine that this is their home, and then also not feel bombarded by, pictures of your family and, feel like they're intruding on your home. So staging is definitely, depending on what you do and how much the realtor does, that is a cost that you're going to have to add in and compute into your total cost of selling your home. And again, because there are different levels of it, sometimes it can be very minimal and other times it may be a big expense that you'll want to consider.
Number 4, transfer taxes. Transfer taxes are a transaction fee for transferring title. So basically what that means is transferring title is like, I own this home. Zora's like, I want to buy this home. I'm like, okay, you give me the money and I'll give you title. Here it is, transferring. The tax is usually a percentage of the sales price. For example, it's calculated 55 cents per $500 of the sales price in California. That would work out to be $300 for a $300,000 home. Now, who pays for the transfer fee or the transfer tax? You guessed it, it's negotiable.
Just like everything else in real estate.
Talk to your agent about it. Sellers could cover it, buyers could cover it. In a market like the one right now, buyers trying to be more effective are going to be more willing to pay more of it.
Like we said in the beginning of the video, closing costs can add up to about 10% of the purchase price. With closing costs, a lot of people are like, well, what even is closing costs, right?
Closing costs may include city transfer taxes, delivery or courier costs, document preparation, escrow fees, HOA fees, home warranties, loan and ties, loan payoffs, beneficiary demands, property taxes, recording fees, title insurance and owner's policy, pest inspections, pest completions, wire fees, and attorney fees. And more. If you experience any of these, you're probably selling a home.
Thank you so much for watching, and now you know.